everyone. Welcome back. This is Michelle Van Curve, autistic self-advocate, and runs my own blog website known as The World of Autism. You may also know me on my professional brand page known as Exceptional Shell at Self Advocate MV. And what's awesome about with this episode, we have a returning guest that is from All Friends Network, and he created this organization with his dad and it's been now for running for a few years now. So please welcome Trevor Kelliher. Hi, Trevor.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for
Good. How are
having
you?
me. Good.
Huh? Yeah. So glad that you're on today and stuff. And I actually wanted to catch up with you about with all things that are going on with All Friends Network now since the last time that you were on here.
Yeah, that would be great. Can't wait to see all our updates and all our opinions.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us what's been going on now compared to from last year. What's grown with All Friends Network? So that way people know.
Yeah, so we are very fortunate to be able to report we have a lot of growth. Mainly in the input in the events, in the online events. Online events are twice a week, every week, on Tuesday and Thursdays over Zoom, where we do online game nights. Jeopardy will for in He-Man and a whole bunch of other things. Mutant Trivia is a big part of the game. And then our input in the match, we have one a month. Now we average four a month. One of our total events, two game nights at the Loveland in the Haven. And we also been doing a collaborative event with a for all, and that is more of a outdoor activity in nature. So it's been really busy, really excited to go on it. More than I ever could imagine, and I would really blessed to have members like you and so many other great things in the community.
Yeah, it's so exciting to hear, like, with all the collaborations that are going on with other organizations too. For those of you that are in Florida, make sure that you check all these out, including with All Friends Network. But yeah, there is with the Haven too, which is it's more of group home, like residential sort of, but at the same time they do partner with All Friends Network, and don't forget as well with Adventure for All, which as Trevor said it, they do a lot of outdoor adventure activities more so like even they've gone on camping trips I've heard too. So
Yeah.
there's that as well. But yeah, there's definitely, as Trevor said, and I could say it too personally as a member, that there's definitely been a lot more events that are happening in person, not even just online, but also in person. We have like four events, like pretty much like four events a month almost, the most being, which is awesome. And definitely thankful for all the grants that have been coming into for All Friends Network. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Well, that
It's
made it a lot easier and a lot more acceptable for us to do all these things. So, that really a big thank you to all the doers in the past and in the future, whoever they may be.
mm-hmm, definitely. And Trevor, just so people know, how old can someone be to join All Friends Network?
So, we do have an age gap 16 and above, and our minimum age is around 28 to 35, but we accept all ages, all disabilities, and we're opening to more of a younger crowd too, to get that population involved as we get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's great because not a lot of places, I'll tell people this for sure, that not a lot of organizations actually have that where the age, like a lot of them usually have it where it's like before age 18. So I think it's really cool about with All Friends Network how there's members that are above age 18. So that way there's different services and stuff, especially like all the events that are going on. So I think that's fantastic for what All Friends has been doing these past few years.
Yeah.
So definitely to keep that going. And I I've told you this before, Trevor, that like I in my work I've actually have told because half of my schools I work with are high schools, and I've been encouraging that in the self-contained classrooms a lot for the students who are at that age level where they can
Yeah.
join. So I've been helping spread the word about it. So
That
thank you for all
awesome.
you do about that.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, it's a big gap in the ability of moving on from, tool, all your services, all your support group, and then you're left with nothing. So that big gap we really feel like build on, and it's been a great mission for us.
Exactly. And that especially makes you guys stand out so much is because you guys are bridging that gap a lot, especially with the age of people like being in the part of as a member of the organization. So it's really cool about that. So again, thank you so much for that. And one last thing to ask you is that what are the plans? What are some future plans in the next year that you guys got?
Um, we're having, the opportunity where we're trying to think about that chat and we talked about a bowling league, maybe doing some educational stuff. So those are two main things we are working on to build on in the future. Do one total event and do something educational job training, something in finance, right now in a checkbook. So hopefully that is more short term than long term. That's what we're hoping.
That's great. I think those are great plans for you guys and as an organization too. So that's awesome to hear that. Um, I just want to say thank you again, Trevor, for coming on to share about what's been happening with All Friends Network and everything that you and your dad have been doing, including Paul too, because I know Paul's been so involved as well. And with a lot of with the in-person game nights, like I know he's done at the Haven and stuff. So
Yeah.
thank you again for coming on and making time to share all about with All Friends Network again, especially for those that don't know about with All Friends Network. That'll be brand new for you to know now. And just for everybody that's listening on this, that I will have each of the organizations, including with All Friends Network, in the links on my website, so that way you guys can check it out. And all the other organizations that All Friends Network has partnered with. And make sure again to follow Trevor and All Friends Network on social media platforms with Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Though I know those are the two that you guys are on. And also there is a app called the Team Reach app. So make sure that if you are joining, make sure to join on there. And last but not least, like make sure that if you like content like this, that don't forget to follow my blog website, The World of Autism, and my professional brand page, Exceptional Shell at Self Advocate MV.